Hello, Audrey Lindsay here with my September update. Now, I didn't really want to start this one with the oft used phrase, it's been a little bit quiet this month, but that would be true. However, I've been very fortunate. I have ended the month working on another vertical drama or web series. Actually, I'm not quite sure how you refer to these actually, because I've noticed people call them different things, but anyway, I've always called them vertical dramas. So I'm doing another one of those, which is lovely. I got this one actually through a casting director, which is very nice. So that's somebody now that I've sort of met virtually, who's been extremely supportive, because I thought I wouldn't be able to do it because I had something else that clashed. But she's yes, we made it work. The schedule worked out in the end. So I'm shooting that at the moment. Lovely, because I walked onto the set and the actors I've worked with before and crew that I've worked with before, which made me start to really understand there is a bit of a verticals repertory company out there at the moment, of which I am a peripheral part at the present time, which is lovely. And yes, let's hope it continues because they are great fun and I'm really, really enjoying doing them. But what are my learnings from September? Well, I do have a commercial agent and he's absolutely lovely. Although weirdly, we've never met in person. We've sort of met online and email communication, but he's great. But in the middle of September, I thought, oh my gosh, I've been with this guy for a year and I haven't got a single job from it. And I'd started to feel a little bit sorry for him because I thought, sure, you must want actors who get employed and you make some money out of them. So I contacted him to say, maybe we should have a sort of review and where are we now and where are we going conversation. And it was great. It was a really gentlemanly conversation. He was very supportive and very understanding and, gave me lots of reassurance and said, no, Audrey, I do believe in you. Let's just keep going. It's going to pay off eventually. But he helpfully sent me the spreadsheet showing all the jobs he's submitted me for over the last year. And honestly, this didn't really help me because there were loads of them. He's put me up for loads of stuff. The guy's never stopped working on my behalf. But from all these submissions, I've had very few, probably 12 to 14 requests to actually submit a self-tape, which led me to the inescapable conclusion that, to be honest, I don't think I'm particularly commercial. And actually, that's not just my opinion. It's obviously everyone else's as well. So we'll see how we go. We are going to carry on, putting the effort in. And I probably put more effort into filming and editing those self-tapes than anything else because, proportionately the returns on investment are potentially so high. But, I'll just keep going with it. Now, the other thing I learned is something I should have known, particularly from working in theatre, is that anything can happen. And I went off for a day on my vertical series, and the intention was that I'd do one scene in the morning and then another one after lunch. But the schedule got rejigged, and that meant I ended up doing my second scene right at the end of the day, which was quite a long day. So it was about 7 p.m. when I finally got to do my scene. Now, that wouldn't have been any sort of problem at all if I'd had the foresight to bring things with me to keep myself amused and entertained, but I didn't. I only had my phone with me. So, I did all the Wordle and Pips and all the New York Times puzzles and responded to all my emails and messaged all my friends and scrolled through Instagram and X and took some BTS photos. And then after that, I was just like done. And there was nothing left to do but sort of stare at the wall, regretting my lack of foresight in my packing. So my own fault entirely. And from now on, I will always take with me on set either my laptop and or a paperback. I'm always reading something. So I will make sure that is rectified for the next time. In fact, I'm doing one more day on Saturday and my book is already packed away in my rucksack. So that's that. I mean, other than that, I've just been living my life. I mean, I don't talk about this because it wouldn't really be appropriate. The work I do when I'm not acting, because it's criminal justice related, and it wouldn't be appropriate to talk about that in any sort of detail. But that can be a very challenging and testing environment. So the fact that I'm fortunate enough to move from that world into the world of acting, they're so different. You know, that's just an amazing privilege. And I'm fully aware that when I, arrive and someone's giving me a beautiful costume and doing my hair and my makeup, and I know that's not real life. I know that the other part of my life is the real life. But it's just wonderful to have such contrasting experiences in a week. So I do feel very, very fortunate. Yeah, so that's that. Some of my reflections. Oh, it sounded a bit philosophical, but anyway, that's where I'm at the moment. A couple of self-tapes in hand that I've just sent off. So like us all, fingers crossed for what's to come in October. I wish everyone an extremely successful month going forward, and I'll see you at the end of it. Bye.